that code hasn't been implemented yet. So what I want to do is to completely overhaul the current system to allow for more customization. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Code with Me. This is a series where we showcase some of the new features that are upcoming in 4.0 and also offer you a chance to take a look at how I code and what is going to be coming next. So today, you notice that I've gotten these platform screen doors, the maps on top of it to work, and we have this platform information display systems, or PIDS, out here, and the formatting is not the best. As you can see here, the text is like overflowing, and there's like no customizability here yet. We do have our old GUI for inputting custom messages, but that code hasn't been implemented yet. So what I want to do is to completely overhaul the current system to allow for more customization. So this also includes the arrival projectors. That also uses the same code or similar code now, so that the same type of configuration can be used for all of these. Oh, looks like there's a transparency issue here, which needs to get fixed. And that wasn't close enough to the platform, that's why nothing was showing. But yeah, the configuration menu is the same here. It's just that the opacity of this needs to change. So that's a quick fix. Let me do that right now. I think just adding non-opaque after the create block settings might just fix it. Let me try that real quick. Also, if you're hearing some background noise, that's because I just got a new 3D printer today. It is the Bamboo Lab P1S with the AMS combo. So AMS stands for Automatic Material System. It means you can load multiple spools of filament of probably different colors, and you can switch them in the middle of your print automatically. That's really cool. Right now I'm printing this Benchy, which is a standard model used for benchmarking your 3D printer and for you to fine-tune some settings. Alright, that seemed to fix it, so that's good. Alright, let me close out of this world, and then we're going to get started on what we want to do today. Before I got my new 3D printer, I used to have an Ender 3, so I'm hoping that this print is going to have better quality than the last one. Okay, so first thing I want to do is to go inside the screen, the PIDS screen, which is this one, PIDS config screen. Right now we have settings to just change the messages and the hide arrivals, and then the filtering the platform IDs. Yeah, I don't want to work on the filter platform IDs bit yet. I just want to work on the formatting and the customization of it. So I've made some changes in a few of these files, namely the PIDS base. I've deleted from the block entity data. I deleted the hide arrival field because we won't be using that anymore. We're going to instead use some formatting to configure if we're going to show the existing arrival. So I also added a compatibility mode for older versions of the game or of the mod. When people load up their world with the block already having the hide arrival tag, it's going to try to load it with compatibility mode, which will append. So if the arrival is not hidden, it will append the default format to the message. So I'm going to talk a little more about the default format and the formatting of everything in a second. But I added this abstract method called default format, which means we're going to have to implement that in all of the existing PIDS, including the arrival projectors. So that's going to take a bit of work. And yeah, I also updated the packet not to include the hide arrival field. So you see all these changes here, and then also the configuration screen. Alright, I just took a lot of time typing out some documentation or like a Java doc for this messages field in the config screen. So there's a lot to look at here. So the formatting is going to contain either placeholders or tokens, or a mix of both. So if I hover over this, it'll be easier to look at here. So for example, in the messages box, if you type in %destination 1%, that's going to show the destination of the first arrival. The 1 here indicates the arrival index that you're trying to look for. So destination 2 would be showing the second arrival's destination. And then relative arrival hour would be like if your train is going to arrive in 1 hour, this is going to be 1. But if your train's going to arrive in 1 hour, that means like 10 p.m. or something. Then if you use this absolute hour of day, then this one would be 10. This number will be 10. So there's different options you can pick from. Relative hour, minute, second will be like the train's coming in 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Absolute would be like the train's coming in at 9:15 a.m. or like 10:20 p.m., stuff like that. And then these are like zero padded options. So if you're trying to make it show like 5:10 for 5 minutes and 10 seconds, or like 5:9 for 5 minutes and 9 seconds, you want the 9 to have 09 instead of just 5:9. You want 5:09. So in that case, you can use the zero padded versions. And then we have some similar things for the deviation, except that deviation won't have the absolute times. Deviation is always just a relative time. So like 5-minute delay or 5-minute early. And you can use these fields for hour, minute, and second. Departure index. This is more for like internal use. Basically, which departure of the whole schedule the train belongs to. So in a day, there might be like 100 departures on a certain siding. And then this index just indicates which departure number it is. And a route name, self-explanatory, like Chunwan line or something. Platform number, also pretty self-explanatory. Number of cars, like if this is a 4-car train, 5-car train, 8-car train. Okay, and then down here we have some tokens. Sort of like how Minecraft formats the text. If you put this root color with a $sign instead of the %, any text following this token will have the root color applied to it. Actually, now that I think of it, I should probably add a reset. Actually, no. Reset, you basically should just set the color again. So, no need reset. And then I also remember if delay positive. If deviation positive. Or if delay, I guess. So if the deviation is positive, yeah. So the deviation is positive. Sometimes you might want to show the word delayed. This will allow you to do that. So all these things at the bottom, if this, then that, allows you to have some type of logic involved. Like the one I was talking about, if delayed, you want to put this with the text, the word delayed, and then this will be early or something like that. So if the arrival is actually delayed, it's going to show the word delayed. or else it's going to show the word early. And if terminating, sometimes people don't like to show the timestamp. If the train is terminating, they just want to show the word terminating. You can do that with this token as well. So there's a lot to code in, as you can see. I don't even know how I'm going to approach it. I think the first step is just to make something to parse the code, I guess. Yeah, whatever the user enters in, we need a way to parse that. And then also the pipe character, it means we will be alternating between that. I don't know, it's confusing. Oh, I should probably also add columns. That's gonna be useful. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to add columns. So like column 40 or something. And then this one would be start up. Something like this. So if someone puts a token like this, it's gonna start a new column for them. Okay. I think I've made up my mind. So I added a couple more tokens for centering text and right aligning text. I guess I should add one for left as well. And then here I added a column designation for if you use the @ symbol and then 2 numbers, any following text will be written across the screen from, for example, the 40% mark to the 50% mark. So you can kind of divide your, I don't know, the screen space up like that. Yeah, it's kind of a lot to code in. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. That was a lot of coding. It's actually the next day right now because I took a lot of time to write out all this code. The logic is quite complex, so let me show you what I have so far. So this is the new class PIDS formatter. And the constructor, you're going to feed in the list of arrivals and the text that you want to format. The text is basically what's going to come in with the message field that you, like when you right click the PIDS, you can specify the message. That's what the text is going to be, and that's where all the formatting is going to take place. So inside this class, we have some subclasses in here, which is the text chunk and the column. So this formatter is going to convert all the text into groups of columns. The column will contain information about how the text is aligned and the start and end percentages on the screen to display the text, as well as the actual text that's inside. And then the actual text inside is a text chunk containing the color of the text, the stuff to display directly, the text, and then the condition, which I haven't implemented yet. The condition will be like if this, then show it, or not. So the condition part isn't implemented yet. So what's implemented right now is in this format method. So this is a recursive method in that it can call itself. So in the constructor, the format method is being called, and then as you parse through the string, we're going to call format again. So it's going to be calling itself. That's why it's recursive. So I have this big switch statement, which, well, in the beginning of this format method, I'm going to parse the string, find the next index or the next tag, and then depending on what the tag is, do some logic on it. So if I find the index of the next tag, which starts with either the %, the $sign, or the @sign, then I'm going to save these values into these 3 strings. The text before the tag, the text of the tag and then the text after the tag. So every time we encounter the text, we're going to do this, perform this logic on it. Okay, so these are the things that I've implemented. The destination, and then let me show you the comments I wrote yesterday. Some of it has changed a little bit. So like destination, relative arrival hour, minute, second, all of these have been implemented. The departure index route number, I think the cars one I didn't do yet. And then down here we have some tokens. Tokens can change the color. So I've implemented the root color and the custom color, which are these two right here. And then these conditionals, I haven't implemented that yet. And then finally, the columns, I've implemented these with the left, center, and right text alignment. All right. So what does it look like in Minecraft? Let me show you. That's a great question. Okay, so you can already see in the back what the PIDS looks like already. So let me explain each of these lines one by one. The bottom, let me start from the bottom because that's the most simple. So the pipe character right here, this pipe character does the same thing as it does before. It separates it into multiple lines, which the PIDS will alternate between. So you can see it's alternating between welcome and hello, and since I didn't specify a color, it defaults to white. Yeah, it no longer defaults to yellow now, or like, it's not hard-coded to have a color now. So the next row is a bit more complicated. So I'm gonna highlight individual bits so that it's easier to see. So this is a column, remember? This is a column specification right here. So at number dash number and then L, C, or R for left, center, or right aligned. So this column starts from 0 to 100, basically filling the whole screen. 0 to 100%, and then R means right aligned. And then the next part here, $, and then sharp, I don't know, pound, what is this sign called? Hashtag. And then the hex color code, which is FF0000, which is red, bright red. Alright, so the next part is my actual text. This is not a tag of any sort. So it's going to display the word hi. And then we have another tag right here, 00FF00, which is bright green. And then the text 23. So as you can see in the back, this is what it's showing on the PIDS. Finally, at the top, we have a new column here, 0 to 50, left aligned. So whatever follows is going to take up half the screen because it's from 0% to 50% left aligned text. And then the color, FF9900, which is this orange color right here. And then next we have the destination. Oh, I should probably do destination 1. Destination 1 will be the first arrival that's going to be coming. Yeah, so let me check my code real quick. Let me see if I just realized, like, when I'm parsing the tag, let's see. Yeah, that's right. So when I parse the tag, I do -1 here so that the user can just type 1 and it'll be the first arrival. So that you don't have to type 0 in order for it to be the first arrival. Because I know people who don't write programs might get confused if the index starts at 0. So I made the index start at 1. So after it parses, it minuses 1 and it gets clamped to at least 0. So that's why typing 0 here will technically work. But yeah, you're not supposed to put 0. But it's gonna work the same anyway. So anyway, this is going to be the first first arrival's destination, which is test 1 ABC in this case. Next, we have a second column from 60% to 100%. So 60% of the screen to 100% of the screen, right aligned. And then here, this tag means it's the absolute arrival value of the hour chunk. And then the 1 specifies we're talking about the first arrival. And then we have a colon, that's just plain text. And then we have the next part, absolute arrival. 0 means it's going to be 0 padded. For example, if it's like 1 minute, it's going to display 0, 1 instead of just the number 1. We kind of talked about this earlier in the video. 1 as well, first arrival. And then the colon is plain text as well. And then here, same thing for the seconds. We're doing 0 padded seconds of the first arrival. And then at the very end here, we have AM, PM. So that's what's showing here. Okay. Oh. Why is it blank now? I don't know what happened. That was really weird, and I don't know why did this, like the arrival suddenly disappeared. Well, it's here now, and because it's absolute time, it's going to actually show the time that the train is arriving. And I think it might be pulling the wrong arrival, I'm not too sure, because it's saying 9:40:52, so that's probably the next arrival. If you look at my clock down at the corner of my screen, I can also click on it. It seems like it's showing the second arrival instead of the current arrival. Yeah, because it's already 9:40:38 and this is 9:41. So there's still a little bit of issues here and there, but for the most part, this is what the new code is going to look like. Let me try changing something. For example, if I want to do root color 1, so it's going to change all this text to the root color. And if I don't want the root color to be shown on the whole line, I can change it to just, this is confusing. Just the right side probably. So if I reset it to FFFFFF, which is white color, so that side will show as white. And then also if I, for example, if I just want the AM PM to show as a different color, I can also put that in right before the AM PM. So like 777777 will be like a gray color. Oops. Yeah, you can see that's what that shows. And then let's say I want to add another column in here. So just like command blocks, there are tools online to help you type out the commands without it being so confusing like this, or like to generate the commands for you. I think if there are people in the community down to do that, that would be a really helpful tool, like a website that you can just click on some options, click on what kind of customization you want, and then just copy that and paste it in here. Then I feel like that would be really helpful for everybody. So just an idea. Doesn't have to be like immediately. So for example, if I want to add a column from 30 to 40, well, actually 30 to 60, and then I'll change this first column from 0 to 30, and then the second column from 30 to 60 will contain like the delay or something, deviation 1, deviation, like that, deviation colon deviation. Oh, what happened? Oh, I forgot to do L and R. Let's do center line, center line. So there you see it. But it's still a little bit weird, the formatting. I don't know what happened. Why the deviation's not showing. Is it the right tag I'm using? Oh no, it's not even the right tag. I have to use like these ones, like DS1. So like, yeah, let's do D0M1 and D0S1. D0S1, that would be the seconds, and then D0M1, that would be the minutes, and I put a colon afterwards as well. Let's just do minutes. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's not supposed to count down like that. So I guess that's another issue I have to fix. And why is the clock so squished? Oh, I know why. Well, let me take a look. So the first column goes from 0 to 30. And the second column goes from 30 to 60, and then I think there are some translations and stuff that is incorrect in my code. So for example, after we translate and scale, I think it's important to push and pop the matrices afterwards. So like here, push and pop. Yeah. And then when we get the offset, we clamp this to 0. Yep, that's correct. So then the text alignment won't be affected if the available width is smaller than the text width. Alright, let's see how that looks. I'm gonna restart the game. Alright, the formatting and the columns look much better. Actually, the deviation countdown still needs to be fixed. Let's see what the code here is actually like. So for the deviation, relative time is true, right? It should be true. Or maybe actually no, it should be false. Because I don't want to, like, relative time, I don't want it to be subtracting the current millis. So relative time should be false. Well, but I also need the zone offset to be UTC as well. Maybe I add another field here. Use UTC. So then I can have control of both variables. So let me see here. So for most of these over here, use UTC would be the same as this relative time value. Except for these deviations, use UTC would be true. Yeah, maybe I renamed this to subtract current millis. That makes more sense. Yeah, whether to subtract the current millis from the input. Alright, let's try it. Okay, back in the game. I don't know how accurate this deviation is. I guess it's just continually getting more and more delayed. Alright, well, looks like it's working, I think. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm going to demo some more things that you can do with this. So, okay, first of all, I want to customize this. Yeah, let me try to customize this as if I'm actually building a station. Okay, so first I want to center this text. The bottom text is like the welcome text, and I want it to be centered. So what I would do, I would create a column and put 0 to 100. That means it's going to span the whole screen. And C for centering the text. Oh, did that not save? Okay, that was weird. Oh, I know what's going on. The welcome was centered, but the hello isn't. So let me copy this over to here. Okay, so welcome and hello are centered now. So I want to put the destination at the top here. And then the arrival time, I'll put it in the next row. So I'm gonna cut this part out and then paste it in here instead. And then I want this to also be 0 to 100 for now. I'll use white and then gray for the AM PM. Actually, I want to put a space here. There we go, like that. And then I want it to alternate with at 0 to 100 R also. And then the color, I guess we can also do white. I'm gonna paste in what I had from earlier, and then instead of absolute arrival, I want to do relative arrival. So I'm gonna change these variables to use relative arrivals. Let's see how that looks like. Whoa. Okay, we don't want the AM PM because yeah, there's no AM PM here right now. Let me see if I did it wrong. RA. Oh, that should be correct, I think. Why it's saying 1014, I don't know. Let me check this. Relative arrival. Maybe there's something that I'm using that doesn't exist. Relative arrival only has capital H for the hours. Yeah. So you can see it's displaying the relative time as well as the AM PM. I don't know why it's not showing the very first arrival. It's just the second one. I might have to fix that in a second. Okay, so I want it to not show the deviation, only show the destination. So I'm going to delete that and make the destination 0 to 100 as well. And then, actually maybe 0 to 50. And then I want to show another column, 50 to 100, align right of the root name 1, $. Oh, why does this keep disappearing? I'm really confused now. Let me go back to the code. Still not displaying anything? Yep. And put a breakpoint here. Yeah, the get arrivals is returning 0 for some reason. 0 items. That is really weird. Are there like no real-time arrivals right now? I think if I reload the game, it might work. Yeah, that's a really weird issue. I don't know why it does that. Okay, anyway, so we were editing. What was the root name field? No, it's just %. It's not a color thing, so it's going to be %. Oh, another wandering villager. So we've got test root here, which is correct. And I'll probably do some formatting here as well to remove the double pipe symbol. And I also want to reset the color to... let's do a darker gray. Like that. Wait. I need the hashtag. Yeah, like that. So we have the root name and the root name shown in the root color, and then we have the arrival shown on the next line. Let me actually put like here, arrival. No. I'll do here. 0 to 50 L. Arrival. And then this one will be 50 to 100 right. So, yep. Absolute arrival. And then the next part would be relative arrival. 0 to 50 L relative arrival. Like that. And then here would be 50 to 100. Nice. Maybe the absolute arrival, I want to make it green or red. Nope. FF0000. That's red. That's the absolute arrival, and then the relative arrival, I want it to be green. Christmassy colors. Like that. So the relative arrival is green, and the absolute arrival is red. Welcome, hello. Alright, I think this is a pretty good demonstration on what is coming for the passenger information display systems, customization. It also works on these boards as well. So in the future, I'm going to make the default values filled in automatically. So when you place the blocks, it will already have stuff in here being displayed. So if I copy one of these lines into here, it's going to be the same type of customization. It's just more squished because there's like no space to display it. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the result. Let's try the projectors as well because they work on the same logic as these blocks now. So let me put a couple of blocks here. There's nothing displayed first. Yeah. So copy this, copy that, paste that. Works the same. Alright. So black concrete might look better here. Yep. That's it for now. Again, there are still some issues to fix, but I'm really excited about all of this. I'll just copy this, maybe put it down one of these random slots. Yeah, the arrival right now is not accurate. I need to troubleshoot that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're as excited about this feature as I am. I know I said that I will be releasing some 4.0 snapshots in the past week, but I was too busy with like my work, like my real life work and family and stuff like that. And it was also the American Thanksgiving on Thursday, so I was busy as well. taking a break, stuff like that. So thank you so much for everyone who is supporting me on Patreon or Discord subscribers right now. I really appreciate it. And I hope you can subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more updates. I will really try to publish those snapshots in the upcoming week. So please stay tuned on Discord because I'm going to post them there first. If you're not on the Discord already, the link to join is in the description. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!